What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my 20 or 31 and 31. I'm saying 25. Man, I'm out of it today. 31 and 31 reviews for the spooky month of October. And today we are talking day 26. And today we are talking Pet Semetary. No, not the remake, the original, the better one with Frank Wynn. We won't go into that remake because I don't have a lot of good things to say about that movie. That movie's just, but we are talking the OG Pet Sematary, and I want to give a shout out for this one. This one was suggested to me by my homie, uh, MJ Sala. Thank you for the suggestion. I absolutely love this film. I've seen it so many times. I can literally like recite this movie without even thinking because I've seen it so many times since I've been a kid. So let me give you a backstory. It is directed by Mary Lambert. She went on to do part two, which I think is a very good sequel. So part one, pretty much is his family moves into the country. He takes this new job. The father takes a new job as a doctor for a college. So he ends up taking the job. They move out to the country, and you find out that it's a lot different than living in the big city. And as Judd will tell you, you got to watch out for that damn road. All those damn trucks coming right down that damn road, that dang old road. Um, the road is very dangerous because semis. Is there like not a speed limit? Because like you get semis going like 80 miles an hour, vroom, just straight down the damn street. Like I'm like, Jesus, I don't even want to walk out to get my mail. Like what happens to dude freaking leans and fucking takes me out? You know what I mean? So he ends up working at the college. While he's there one day, a student named Victor Pascal ends up getting into a car accident and he dies in front of him. But he takes it upon himself to be his spiritual guide to stay away from the pet cemetery. Um, and Judd starts going into like the old stories and stuff about how, when he was a boy, there was a story about like animals coming back, so that he brought his dog back and shit like that. And you see the fucked up shit of why you don't bring animals back and said, we shouldn't do that. But then goes on and tells him he should go bury fucking church in the pet cemetery. So he does. And Judd tells him, wait, I got a better place for church to die. Because of course, church dies by a truck in the road because they're going 90 miles a fucking hour, not paying attention. Just see the cat, be like, oh, fuck cat. Cat's dead. So one night, Judd takes Lewis Creed and says, listen, Ellie loves that cat, right? Yeah. Well, let's go take it somewhere else. So they bury it in this uh, Indian ground that's cursed. So they go up there and he gives Judd a shovel and he goes, nope, you bury your own. So he buries his own, buries the cat. Cat comes back. Cat comes back fucked up. Like fucked up. Fucking dead, smelling like shit. Like disgusting. And like Judd always says, sometimes dead is better. So they start dealing with church. And then you get the infamous scene that everybody knows about this movie, and that's Gage getting killed by the truck because they go 90 fucking miles an hour. Slow the fuck down. There's houses on that street. There should not be a 90 miles an hour fucking speed zone. So they're eating lunch. Gage is playing with the fucking kite. The kite gets away, and there goes Gage. Running to the street. We all know what's going to happen. And then you see the father go, Gage! And starts running. And of course, he fucking trips. And next thing you see is the truck go, run into Gage. Like he was a fucking barrier that needed to get taken down. Still, even back then, even when I first saw it when I was a kid, I was like, wow, that's fucking rough. Like, wow, they killed a kid like that. Of course, they didn't show him get hit by the train, but, or train. Pfft. See, early fucking morning. Hit by the truck, but it's very implied. So, and then there's a scene with the funeral, which is really fucked up, and the father's upset, and he starts arguing with his father-in-law, Lewis. His father-in-law says, you should have been watching him. Pretty much, you're a piece of shit. You're fucking not worth for my daughter. I wish you wouldn't have married her. She should have married a doctor, a better doctor than you. That all that shit. And of course, Lewis is so fucked up in his head from the emotions, he goes to take a swing at his father-in-law, knocks over the casket, and Gage's little arm comes out. It's fucked. Fucked. And of course, people don't fucking listen. So what does Lewis do? Well, let's bury Gage up there and have Gage come back. Bad idea. He sends off his wife and his daughter to his in-laws' house so that he could bury Gage up in the Pet Semetary. But then we also get this side story of the sister of Lewis's wife who had some type of disease. I forget what it was. Almost like a paralyzing disease. I can't think of the top of my head. But like I always remember when I was a kid and it scared me. It's like, I'm gonna break your back, Rachel. And I'm like, nope. Fuck out of here. That chick is creepy as fuck. Legit. So you get that side story about how, his sister had that disease and like it like fucked up like Lewis's wife forever. I should have better names on this, but it's really early. Then Gage comes back, and where does Gage go? To Judd's house. And he starts to fuck with Judd. And Judd goes up to the room, and the infamous scene of the Achilles tendon slice and the I think he slits his throat and then bites his throat, like fucking kills Judd. The mother comes back because she realizes she senses something's wrong. And Pascal, she can't see Pascal. Pascal's like, no, don't go, don't go. Of course she does. And then she goes into Judd's house, which looks like the fucking house on like House of Horrors for Halloween. It just looks so decrepit. How did it get so decrepit in one day? Like, it's weird. And then you hear Gage, and then you see Gage coming out. First she thinks it's her sister, and then it's Gage, and he's like, Mommy, I play with Judd. Now I want to play with you. And I was like, nope, fuck that creepy kid. Fuck that creepy kid. Kick him, boot him in the head. I don't give a fuck. That kid ain't alive. That ain't your kid no more. Boot that fucker. So you don't see it, but you hear the slicing or whatever of Gage killing the mother. And then, oh no, the I want to play with you came with the father when he gives him the call. That the part where he comes up to her is just like, Mommy, and he's got the scalpel in his hand, Mommy. So yeah, so that happens, and then you find out the next morning that Gage is alive, and he calls Lewis, and Lewis is like, Gage, what did you do? What did you do? And then he realizes all the fucked up shit that he did that he has to fix. So first he poisons Church with a fucking poisonous steak. Thanksgiving for cats. Kills Church, then gives the syringe and kills Gage. While Gage walks away, no fair. And he dies. And then he goes to burn the house down, which he does. And he burns Judge's house down. He takes Rachel's body. And Rachel, he sees Pascal, and Pascal's like, no, haven't you learned anything? Don't do it again. Oh, it was too late for them. She just died. She's gonna be fine. People never fucking learn. Now, I wish they would have put this into the movie, which was in the book, when one of the neighbors sees him carrying the body over the Ludau, that goes over into the Native American cursed land. There's a moment in the book where they say they look at Lewis Creed and he looks completely different, completely white haired, looks like the Wendigo, um, that it's supposed to be based on, the curse on. And then, of course, then he turns back to Lewis, and the guy shakes his head like, "What did I just see?" They don't do it in the movie, which they should have, but whatever. So you see him taking it over, and then they cut over to him playing cards, and he's waiting, and all of a sudden you hear midnight, ding, ding. Then the door opens, and you see her, and she's fucked up. Gage fucked her up, cut her fucking eye fucked out, like fucked her up. And he's like, "Baby, you're back." And she's like, "Oh, hey." And then she grabs a fucking knife. And then it cuts to black and you hear the, "Oh!" And you hear him getting fucking killed. Pet Semetary is fucking awesome. The original Pet Semetary is fucking great. I love this movie. It is so good. I love the book. It does the book justice. There's way more in the book than it was in the movie, of course, because the book's always better. But it wasn't like a whole, well, the book was better and the movie kind of sucked. No, they complemented each other. So yeah, definitely go check Pet Semetary out. I couldn't find it, so I had to rent it to watch it. Um, I would think it'd be everywhere like Paramount Plus, but no. So it did go on to make a sequel with Eddie Furlong and the guy from Top Gun and ER. I forget his name. Um, and then also Clancy Brown in it. Clancy Brown is in it as the bad guy, which he's fucking great as Gus. I'm just fucking with you. Like, I love both those movies. They are awesome on their own fucking right. So again, thank you for suggestion, MJ. I appreciate it. Tomorrow's is going to be another suggested movie. It's another Stephen King double feature. Tomorrow is going to be Christine. That is suggested to me by my homie Jason Barnes. That great suggestion. My favorite John Carpenter movie of all time. So I can't wait to get into that. So if I had to give this a score, I'd give this pretty much 4.5 out of 5. I only take a half a score off because I always take a half a score off, even if it's perfect to me. I don't give a perfect score unless it really shake me to my core. But again, movie's great. Check it out. That is my review for Pet Semetary. Definitely give it a watch. And until next time, stay creepy, my friends.